FIFA HD and welcome back to yet another episode of my skill move tutorial series where I show you how, where and when to perform a skill move in FIFA 21. Today we are learning the heel chop left and right on FIFA 21. I've been using this skill move throughout division rivals and throughout the draft, and let me tell you lads, it's more of a downgraded version of the heel to heel. However, I have been using this and I think it's just as good. I think it's just as overpowered. So without further ado, let's get into the intro and let's get into how to perform the heel chop in FIFA 21.
Griezmann, three men around him, but somehow finds some space. Ronaldo, fantastic, opening the drive back.
Ronaldo on the ball. He's made
Look at this, just control. The control displayed there is absolutely ridiculous. The Elastico on the goal line. On the goal line, the finest of...
We talked about Aussie FIFA. He's not here to make up the numbers.
Moving into how you perform the heel chop left and right in FIFA 21. All you will need, lads, is the fade shot buttons and the R2 and the LB buttons for Xbox. So essentially, to do a fade shot on the PS4, you need to hold down square, then subsequently X to perform a fade shot. What you do is load up the cross power button, you then subsequently hit the pass button, and this will perform a fade shot. But to perform the heel chop in FIFA 21, what you will need to do is, as you're doing this fade shot, hold down L2 or LB, depending on what console you are, and then perform the fade shot whilst using the left stick to aim in the direction that you want to go. So if you want to heel chop, okay, to the left or to the right, you need to hold left or right or at a slight angle to where the player is facing for them to perform the heel chop. Now essentially when I perform it, I like just holding straight because I like, usually I do it to the left because I feel like in those areas I'm more comfortable, but you can do it either way, left or right. You can use a left stick to aim either left or right to where the player is facing, and he will perform the heel chop. Now let me tell you, as I said in the introduction, it's just like a heel to heel, however a little bit different. But I've been using this, okay, in division rivals, and I've compared it to the heel to heel. It's just as good. So let's get into the next segment of where you should use this skill move. Moving into where you should use the heel chop in FIFA 21. To be quite honest with you lads, I've used it, and comparing to the heel to heel, there's not much difference in terms of where you should use it. You should use this in the bots. Let me just tell you this, you should use this in the bots. It's one of the most effective skill moves to use in the bots. So in terms of where on the pitch, you should be using this in the bots. In the midfield, I haven't really found this as effective, and you can kind of lose the ball. But when your opponent is panicking, and when he's not sure what you're going to do, and if you want to be unpredictable, okay, in the bots, then you can use this skill move to bypass the defender's foot. And you see now, you can use this to obviously bypass them, burst into a gap and sprint and score. Obviously, you could use this, and I have got a few clips here where I've used this on the line of the defense, and I'm on the last defender, and I used this to beat him, okay, to then get around him and burst into the gap to score a goal. And it does work very well with fast players, because once you perform the heel chop, then of course you can obviously burst off into the gap, have a shot, or lay it off to score a goal. Moving into when you should perform this skill move, I have found it's very handy when you're on the last defender, and when your defender is essentially, or when your opponent is defending and he's about to make that tackle, this is when you should perform the heel chop. Essentially when they put their foot out to defend or try and make a tackle, if you can perform this, what it does is bring the ball back away from the foot that is defending, and it will push it past it, so you essentially glitch through the opponent. And that's what I've noticed is when you use this when your opponent is about to make a tackle, when you actually use this at this time, you do kind of bypass it, and it sort of glitches past them. And I've noticed this time and time again. You've even seen from some of the clips, it's hard to tackle once you perform this skill move, and especially when your opponent is about to make that tackle. Another time is essentially when there's a gap that you need to burst into or use the heel chop to guide the ball into the gap so you can then burst off with some pacey players. As I was saying, it's very good for your high speed players, so you know, Mbappe, Werner, as I was using this with, and essentially all of those sorts of quick players. It's very handy to use in FIFA 21. But that will signal the end of the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please try this out. In my opinion, it's just as good as the heel-to-heel, because obviously it's quite a light skill move. It's quite similar to the heel-to-heel. For me, it's just as good. So be sure to hit, try it out, lads. Be sure to hit the like button on this video as well. Subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitter. Link is in the description down below. I interact with you guys over there, and I also post when I've got a new upload coming onto the channel. So be sure to hit a follow on my Twitter. It is in the description down below. That will signal the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm out, and until next time, bye for now.